Have you ever had this happen to one of your wheel studs? Stay with me for the next minute and a half and we'll fix it together.
After all these years of changing my own tires, I finally had a bolt come loose. That one. I'm going to replace the stud. It's kind of wrecked. Stay with me. It should be pretty easy. I'll show you how.
And just go ahead and start removing your tire here. Just take the nuts off. Pull the tire right off. And you can see the well-worn bolt here. There's a pretty good groove at the top where it tightened, and then of course it ruined my nut, so when I pulled it off it stripped the rest of the bolt all the way down, so it's pretty useless, pretty gross. Replace it. So the first thing you're going to have to do is remove the brake caliper. There's two bolts on the back, 13/16, and there they are right there. Just remove those two bolts. You might have to use a braking bar to get them off. They were on there pretty tight. They're 13/16, but go ahead and use a bungee or something to hang your caliper. You want to keep the weight off that brake cable line. If it gets torqued, it might leak. There you can see the bolts sticking out the back. I'm not pulling the rotor off, so I'm going to just poke it through this hole. There's a small dust cover piece of tin in the way, and it's easy to bang out. So I'm just going to hit it with my axe. I couldn't find my sledgehammer, but that just works just fine. So you bang that bolt in and you can see where it's touching the dust cover, so just go ahead and bend that dust cover out of the way. And here's the two side by side, brand new, and the one that was totally wrecked. So get that replaced up, stick it in that hole there. You can see the grooves in there, and there's the dust cover that I bent open. It's pretty thin tin, it's not super important, but anyway, you can bend it back. So I stuck the new bolt in right there. You can just see it sitting in there. What I'm going to do is because it's loose, is put a washer and a nut that's way bigger, but will still sit into the center of your nut, so the nut will actually center into this other nut while you're tightening it. And then the more you tighten it, the more it pulls that bolt into position and it seats it nice and tight. So I'm using my braking bar and my tire iron here to tighten that down and get it pulled in nice and snug. And then just keep checking that back, and then you can have a look and you'll see right here, there she is, all snug back in there nice and tight. I just went ahead and bent that tin back into place. It was no big deal, and that's it. You're not going to believe it, you're done. You just have to remove this nut now. There you go. Now you have a brand new stud, and it only took about 15 minutes. It took longer to get the tools together, to be honest. I was super nervous about doing this myself.
And just like that, super easy. You can do it too. Don't be afraid. I was.